Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It is day 17 of Mermay and we're having fun here, right? Alright, so today I did do something different. I decided to go along with doing an ink illustration and using the India ink that I have. It is the matte black India ink from Dr. P.H. Martin's, and it actually came out really nicely. The only thing that I will admit, I was like, well, shoot, is I was using the dip pen. I used it for the tail and some of the vines, and honestly did not realize I wasn't recording, because it happens. I do, as I'm going, I will record and pause or stop the video and then record and stop, because I like to, anytime I have to kind of step away or do some kind of transition, I try not to add that unnecessary downtime within the filming. So there are moments that I just blatantly miss recording because I go back into doing the work thinking that I had started the camera and then realizing that I never actually started the camera when I go to pause it again. So like this time I was using the dip pen and I was inking and I was taking a good bit of time doing it, and I had went to stop filming so that I could go clean off the dip pen because I was done using it, and then realized that I never even started filming while I was using the dip pen for all the vines and the rest of the tail. So there's like a slight moment where it skips from half the body being inked to all of a sudden like the rest of it is inked, and it's like, dang it, man. But it does happen. It's unfortunate, and there's not really anything. It's not like I can go back and re-ink it. So it is what it is. And I just carried through and I finished doing the rest of the piece. And I had a lot of fun with it. I love working with ink. I will say that admittedly, I was not happy at first with laying the ink on the tail. You can see there's a couple times where I try to relay it and dab it up and relay it and try and get the design that I wanted to. But overall, I think it worked in the end by adding all of the stars to it and giving it that kind of galaxy-esque feel that I had wanted. So that was definitely nice, and happy that it could come through like this. I think part of the reason that I love working with just ink is kind of just doing it almost seems like it's a more simplified illustration because it is black and white. And it's just, I love how smooth the shading is using ink and everything like that. And something that I've thought of, and maybe I'll try out, is laying some Copic marker down and then adding the gray overwash of the ink and seeing how that turns out. Because who knows, it might come out nicely. Just an idea that popped into my head. So maybe it'll be something I'll have to try, or using a combination of the two. Who knows? But yeah, I love the way that you can get paper wet and then watch the ink spread. I think that's one of my favorite things, is kind of seeing designs pop up out of that. So it's just a fun little thing. I think that all comes from obviously doing Inktober as much as I do, which I'll be getting into doing more ink pieces as Inktober closes in. Try to get ready for that as always. But yeah, this piece was so much fun. It was just a simple design. I did use a huge sketchbook for this. I think this is like my 12 by 15 or something along those lines. I'll have to look at the actual size, but it's a relatively large Canson multimedia paper sketchbook, and it's the biggest one that I have, and I don't use it very often because of how large it is, but it kind of works out perfectly for Mermay because I can do essentially a really nice full illustration without having to worry about cutting off anything or positioning the composition just right, like starting the mermaid at a certain angle or this and that, because I have a lot more room to work with, so I can kind of just go in and have fun with it and see how it turns out. But all the same, I'm going to leave that at this point. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. As always, I thank you all so much for watching, and I thank you all for being so amazing. I hope that you're ready for an awesome weekend, and I hope that you guys have a great weekend, whether you're stuck having to work or you have the weekend off. All the same, I hope that it's a great one for you, and I will catch you guys in the next video, if I could talk properly. But all the same, take it easy. You guys are awesome. See you later.